Okay, Pops, back again. This is part two. Uh, I had to shut down, go to meeting, and restart it, and whatever else. But what happened is I just noticed that the deck framing built again. That built with my new slope foundation. I think. Now the problem you have with this is obviously you don't have your stem wall tall enough. So how do you fix that? I think we know that this line here is minus 78. So the footings down below need to be at least minus 78 inches down or so. So you go, oh God, structure. Uh, I. I is the stem wall height. Minus 78, what's that? 78.84, that's 7 feet. So it's probably 7 foot tall stem wall. Is that what we want? Now this should take care of your stem walls. There. Now it's all buried. Is that what you want? I don't know. But you might not want all of these stem walls to be that full height, right? And of course, you know how to take care of that. Just a 3 to break this thing, and now you can pull this. If you want to go to the trouble of doing this, you can pull this stem wall up like this. And so now you're starting to mess around with the stem wall. And so if you take a Shift G look over here, you're going to see that I'm starting to modify. I'm starting to modify the footings to follow the slope of the grade tab, 3 to break, and pull it up like this. I'm sure you know about this. Now, I just want to wrap it up real quick with one other thing, and that is talking about the grade F6. Now, if you remember what I did with the terrain is I took this and I set the pad elevation at 0. What that means is the pad is set at 0 elevation. Now, suppose in fact, if I look at this, if I look at this thing right here, I think I did a pretty good job of no, yeah, I think I did a pretty good job of picking out where you want that thing right there. It looks pretty good, darn good to me, right? And so I think all those elevation points that guy gave you was relative to the finished floor. That's what I'm talking about. 0. I don't know how he did it, but whatever he did, he's saying this point over here, that point right, where's the mother? This point right here, that point is actually at the same elevation as the finished floor. That is the way I do it. I set my terrain relative to the finished floor by doing this 0, and then all these grade lines are again relative to the finished floor. That's the easiest way of doing it. Now I'm going to talk to you about something that I don't use that often, but it's really the intention of Chief. And that is if I select this terrain, and I change this pad elevation to 48, what does that mean? That means that the house itself will be 48 inches above the pad. Watch this, 48. Watch the whole terrain drop down. See? It just dropped down 48 inches. But I think, and this is the exact same terrain as I had before. I just dropped the whole terrain down 4 foot, or I raised the house up 4 foot, one or the other. Now what's going to happen though is this which your guy didn't give me, but I just assumed that this was 4 inches below your slab of your garage. Now you're going to have to raise this up to what was that, minus 26? Now you're starting to get into the gymnastics. That minus 26 is relative to the grade now, which is 48 inches lower. So now you got to raise this thing up 48 inches to put it back to where the slab was initially, right? That's where the confusion gets in. And I'm just talking to you about this because this is how Chief does it. So if you were to do it the way Chief thinks you should do it, I've got to raise this pad, this line, and this line up 48 inches. You raise it up 48 inches because I dropped the slab down, so I'm just simply raising this up 48 inches so it's up where the garage is. Watch this. I'm just raising all that stuff up 48 inches. Now watch what happens to the terrain. See? I just raised that up. So I don't know how your terrain works. I guess. I don't know. And now you're going to have to make, I don't, I think I had it right the first time. And that thing that Chief is talking about right here, this number is useful if you're doing, if you're locating it in relationship to mean sea level, which is what I mean when you set these terrain contours. Is that contour really, I'm up in Colorado, I'm at 10,000 feet. So is that line really at 10,000 feet? And if that's the case, then this thing right here, this represents mean sea level. This has to be 10,000 feet, which puts the house up 10,000 feet higher than mean sea level. That's what that is all about. This last bit I just talked about is confusing as heck. I don't use it. I just simply set this pad relative to the house at 0, because I think your guy gave you topo lines relative to the house at 0. That's it, Pops. Two bids. I hope that was helpful. That's the end.